Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson. Available wherever podcasts can be found. And, of course, taped live Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. Also at the twitch.tv/Steve and Larson. We do it also on the YouTube. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about Impact Wrestling, along with our predictions for Impact's Hard to Kill. We're going to be previewing Hard to Kill for you today.
We are. Hey, I know.
Hey.
Big Red isn't on the line, but do you want to put something on the line for this? Just something fun.
Man, no. The whole reason I got rid of predictions, I got tired of losing in predictions.
That's what I thought.
I'm going to be obsessively checking my phone. I'm trying to lower my stress levels. Why are you trying to bring them back up?
I don't know.
What's your channel? What's your channel points at? Where are your channel points at?
Make things more interesting. 575.3.
Yes.
Where are you at?
578.1. Anyways, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it during the show today because I'm down for that. I'm just joking around. We're going to be talking about Hard to Kill upcoming tonight. I was going to do a watch along, but I'm not going to do a watch along because I got to be dad. Bama's got a friend coming over, and I'm going to have to do like a McDonald's run and just be here generally in case something goes wrong, which it inevitably will. So we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about some backstage gossip about Triple H and Stephanie not really being into the whole situation there at WWE, perhaps. But first, oh man, this would be interesting, Larson. Could AEW purchase the WWE? What is this all about, Larson?
So, amidst all these rumors you've been hearing the last couple of days after it's been announced by WWE that they're looking into strategic alternatives, such as selling the company, Barron's, not Baron Corbin, Barron's.
Mm-hmm. It's like a publication.
Yeah. I believe it's like the sister publication, the Wall Street Journal. That's how I've seen it referred.
There you go.
Dropped a bit of a bombshell. Tony Khan could be a bidder for WWE, his pro wrestling rival. That's what Barron's said. Again, not Baron Corbin. Quote, there are at least 3 companies generally seen as in a position to buy. Barron's has confirmed that another is interested. All Elite Wrestling, the top rival of WWE, led by Tony Khan and family, is in the pool of potential buyers for WWE. A person close to the potential transaction told Barron's, adding that the Khans will likely look for a financial partner to acquire the asset. Tony Khan's father, Shad Khan, co-owner of AEW, already owns the football team Jacksonville Jaguars and the English soccer club Fulham Football Club, indicating the duo have deep pockets. So, there's also the CNBC reports that AEW would be interested in a merger with WWE. This is what CNBC had to say. Quote, All Elite Wrestling is interested in merging with WWE, according to people familiar with the matter. The Khans, who also own Jaguars, Fulham, could partner with a strategic media company to share the intellectual property while merging the wrestling leagues, said the people, who asked not to be named because the discussions are private. And then this. The Khans are open to discussing a potential role for McMahon after a sale, but haven't had those talks, one of the people said.
I would hope that role would be similar to Eric Bischoff's role when the WWE purchased WCW. Talent who eventually is literally thrown into a dumpster. I think that's how they dispatched of Eric Bischoff. When he got fired, they brought like a dumpster in or something like that.
Irony after sold out, riding on the garbage truck.
The garbage truck, a never-ending, convention in wrestling.
Seemingly. I would think, unless Tony and his dad were able to muster up an overwhelmingly huge offer, the chances of this happening, I would think, would be fairly minimal. I would guess that the idea that they would be willing to discuss a role for Vince after they merged or purchased the company would be to entice Vince to maybe consider their offer, because maybe they think and that part of the reason he wants to sell is to continue to have a role in the company that he built. The reason I say I feel like it'd have to be an overwhelming offer is because it would have to be so huge, an offer of such magnitude, that if Vince turned it down, he would get sued by shareholders. Yeah. If WWE had in front of him, comparable offers from NBC Universal, Amazon, Disney, and Tony Khan, I don't think there's any way that Vince would choose the offer from Tony Khan just on principle.
Principle being he's the competitor, it would look bad for me.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know how much that can play into it, but yeah, comparable. Obviously you and I, look, we're not Jim, what's his name? What's the Jim Cramer? Is
Jim
that the
Cramer?
guy?
Yeah.
Right. We're not that. So, or somebody comparable to that. So I don't know what offer out there could be less than a similar offer, like what that amount would be and acceptable so that shareholders don't sue for not doing, the fiduciary responsibility to them, getting them, which is just getting them the most money.
Yes.
Is there an offer? Let's say, for example, Comcast says, we'll give 9 bills for this, right? Because right now it's sort of the upper limit of what's expected. I think the number I saw most recently was 8.5, right?
Yeah, somewhere around 8, yeah.
So if Comcast says, we've got 8.5 bills, and the Khan family said, we've got 8 bills, right? Half a bill less, right? $500 million less. Would that be acceptable if there were some incentives for the share? I don't know how that stuff works. Is it simply whoever's got the most money? Now, the thing about the Saudi investment fund thing is I don't know what kind of, like, for the shareholders, if they went way far above and beyond, would the shareholders, is there anything there that would be objectionable about that offer beyond the monetary aspect of things? Like, I just don't know. Taking it private, would that mean something different for the shareholders other than, like, a complete, like, if they just finance the WWE, would that be different than a complete takeover?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know if it's like simply, hey, we've got the most money. Because if it's like, if Comcast is offering 8.5, and if the Cons are out offering 8, but with the prize for Vince McMahon, you get to stay in the company. The shareholders, I don't think are going to give a shit about that, right? I don't care if you're in the company or not. You're taking money out of my pocket. What do I care if you get to satisfy yourself? So I don't know if he'd even be, able to do that. But I honestly don't know. I don't know what kind of power he has in order to approve a sale that won't come under the scrutiny of the shareholders. Like, what kind of power do the shareholders have? Beyond suing him.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know. Apart from litigation, if they have any recourse if Vince agreed to an offer that they didn't like, I don't know.
I need to ask my sister.
I don't know.
She's like a big
that power,
financial person. She should probably.
I don't know if those responsibilities fall to the board, but then again, Vince has like 80% voting power, so that's kind of a good point.
He is the board. Yeah,
he is the board. So I don't know if
he is the consortium.
If they would have any recourse. Let's talk about the possibility, as remote as it sounds, of Tony Khan potentially running not only AEW but also WWE, and whether that actually be good for wrestling. Now, after WWE purchased WCW back in 2001, they had a virtual monopoly over the professional wrestling industry, most definitely monopoly over large-scale televised professional wrestling.
Sure, yeah.
And I don't necessarily think that the industry as a whole benefited from that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's just one aspect of it. Is any sort of monopoly? I mean, I'm kind of of the opinion that monopolies in general, outside of like local utilities, where they kind of have monopolies for a very legitimate and for a very specific reason.
Yeah.
In a lot of places.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I'm kind of like monopolies bad.
No, look, here's a good, we're older. We're college graduates. One thing I learned, in my 44 years of life, plus being a college graduate, is monopolies are bad. Monopolies bad, yes. Generally speaking,
and I know,
bad.
Getting back to just the utilities thing, I know in some municipalities they have areas kind of say, all right, this company runs the utilities here, just to kind of simplify matters,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right, yeah.
So that's what I mean by municipal utility monopoly things. But anyways, carry on. I'll be quiet about that.
No,
I have no idea what I'm talking about. So.
I think you're right though. Like, in general, monopolies are bad. Now, if you have somebody who's one thing that Tony Khan has done, and I know, look, we're gonna look on comments here in both of our chats and in YouTube, they're gonna be loaded up with a bunch of AEW sweaties and WWE sweaties and all that kind of stuff. So just try to take your silly tribalism out of it for a second and look at it fairly objectively, which is what we try to do.
Yeah.
one thing Tony Khan has at least attempted to do is take certain conventions from the WWE or story ideas from the WWE that a lot of fans have felt they dropped the ball with, and he's tried to run with them. He tried to give us the Undisputed Era versus the Elite. Now, unfortunately, because of injuries and whatnot, that sort of went away. He took certain characters that were presented a certain way in WWE, and he tried to sort of give us the best version of them to varying degrees of success or not. I mean, look at, we could have had Miro the Redeemer in WWE. We got a small sample of Miro the Redeemer in AEW, and it was fantastic. Unfortunately, there seemed to be some creative issues there. So I'm not saying that it's perfect, but one thing that Tony Khan has seemed to be is he's a fan of pro wrestling. He definitely has his philosophies that some people appreciate and some people don't.
Definitely.
But the self-awareness seems to be there to a degree in terms of, hey, this is how I would handle both these companies. Maybe he would try to do, for example, an invasion angle better than the way WWE invasion was done. I mean, would it worry you if you're, a big fan of women's wrestling, which he has a terrible track record with in terms of presenting them the way, for example, Triple H has done in WWE? That's a definite concern right there. But I said this before, and the idea of AEW owning WWE or Comcast owning WWE or anybody owning WWE that isn't the Saudi Public Investment Fund, for me, is a win. It's going to come with all sorts of caveats and issues and problems if Tony Khan and AEW does buy WWE, but we might also get some cool shit. I don't know, especially if it's the kind of thing where he does have the understanding and the self. Because one thing about Tony Khan is him taking on the booking for everything.
Yeah, that'd be a lot.
Would be a big issue. I mean, that would be something that.
In a larger sense, you would think it'd be advantageous for whoever buys WWE to keep Nick Khan, if he chose to stay after the sale as CEO, and keep Triple H in charge as chief creative officer, because we've seen the benefits of them in those roles, not just in terms of what we see on television. Apparently, what we the morale in the locker room, in the executive offices. And I think just the perception of the company has changed with Vince out. Now, it's not to say that some media company purchases WWE and thinks to themselves, well, wrestling can't be that hard. I know how to tell stories. Maybe I could do it better. And cleans house. It's happened before. But you would think whoever buys WWE would be like, all right, it makes sense to keep these people in these roles because they know how to do the job and they have a track record of doing the job well.
Yeah. I mean, dude, that's going to be the real tricky thing that I don't have confidence we're going to end up on the good end of. Let's say the Saudis don't buy it. We might end up with a WWE that's closer to like how WCW is run. If you remember, WCW had a series of authority figures behind the scenes for reals, whether it was like Watts or whomever, Bischoff, whomever else, Vince Russo, management would bring in people to run it. And Vince Russo ran it into the ground, basically. And so we might end up with a situation like that. And you'd hope that, for example, if Comcast got their hands on it, they would be savvy enough to know, hey, Triple H and Stephanie had a good run. Let's have them run this. It seems to be, make the fans happy. The ratings have been pretty decent under them. Vince McMahon's creative has not been great. Let's hope that whoever does get their hands on it is savvy enough to do this. I'm still under the, the dread that, the Saudi Arabian government is going to be able to pony up like double what anybody else is going to be able to pony up. And that's a terrifying thing. But I mean, given there's so many potential suitors for WWE, you would like to think that, if the Saudi Arabian government ran it up to like 12 billion, I don't know. Maybe somebody else would step in and be like, "Hey, we can do that too." I mean, Comcast is a big company. I had
160 some billion.
It was like 167. Yeah, I think that's what it was. I was doing that's not right.
Yeah, they would have the means. Amazon would have the means. So
Amazon is like worth 970 billion. They definitely have the means. I know Netflix is worth a shit ton as well. And I know they were listed as one of the potential buyers, but I hadn't also heard that he had taken any meeting, that Nick Khan had taken
I
any
hadn't heard that
meetings
either.
with
And
them.
Netflix does not really have any sort of track record of live events or live sports.
No, but I mean, the one thing that they are known for needing at this point is just sheer number of subscribers.
Yeah.
And if you can boast, hey, we're bringing in all sorts of new subscribers because we know that Peacock has done pretty well.
Yeah.
That could help raise their stock price as well. It might be, a good incentive to do that. And what better way to dive into? And I mean, the thing about WWE content is that, Netflix, they have a little, the Undertaker thing was on, the Undertaker New Day thing was on Netflix. So they have a little bit of a sample size. There's a pre-existing relationship to a degree. And why wouldn't they want WrestleMania? I can
understand why Netflix
service.
wants it, but I don't know from someone who's looking to sell their company to Netflix, a company that doesn't have a whole lot of experience doing what you do specifically.
That's true. Yeah, I don't think has Netflix ever run a live event?
Not that I'm aware of.
I don't remember if they have or not, but nothing sticks out. Like when?
Yeah.
Who ran the? It was like a Macy's Day Parade with Ron Burgundy. Was that Amazon? I forget who that was. That Amazon?
That was Amazon.
Okay.
It's either Amazon or Hulu.
Okay.
I feel like it was Amazon.
Yeah. But you're right. They don't. I mean, and maybe they'd want to make that their big splash into the genre of live, quote unquote sports.
Yeah.
I don't know. Not all
either.
the people know. Nasso here in our YouTube chat with a super chat says, if Tony Khan buys WWE, imagine what dream matches we could see. Dean Ambrose versus Jon Moxley. Saraya versus Paige, etc.
Wow.
What would be your dream match? Miro versus Rusev. Give me that one.
Imagine that super card there.
Yeah. Oh man, that'd be huge. Just Raw Gate over and over again. No, that'd be interesting stuff. So yeah, and I don't know, in terms of open to discussing a potential role for McMahon, the cons.
Oof. Like again, I get it because that's kind of the carrot they could dangle in front of Vince to make their offer potentially more attractive if it doesn't necessarily match financially, but at the same time, you got to deal with everything Vince brings.
Yeah, I mean that might be like.
I just don't think he's worth the headache at this point.
Yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know what you say to Vince McMahon. It's like, okay, fine. What role do you have for me? Top guy. Oh, great. What does that mean? Show opens up, you come out, say some weird shit.
Strut backstage, and then we
then
move
you
on
fuck
with our
off.
day. Yeah.
Top on-screen guy, and then we don't see you for no. Yeah, how about this, Vince? You open the big fours, but it's just your voice on the voiceover.
It's double or nothing. The stars have aligned. You mean that stuff? The video package he used to do for Mania?
Yeah, like some really bad, constellations in the shape of Moxley and a Death Rider and Takeshita.
Yeah, you get some 90s sounding music.
It's double or nothing. It's double or nothing. Oh, that's good. Oh man. All right, enough of this silly business. We're going to talk about Triple H and Stephanie having an issue with all this stuff. They got a lot of issues with these people.
Yeah.
In a second here, Larson, what do you say we pay some bills first?
Let's do it. Let's take a quick break here. Get a word from the sponsor of today's show, DraftKings. Steve, I don't know if you heard.
Yeah, I heard.
You heard about Week 18?
That's right. I did.
Of the NFL season. It's in the books.
It's done.
It happened last weekend, which means the NFL playoff picture is locked in. And I got to tell you, I'm really excited to see how these first round NFC matchups shake out because I want to know who's going to face my Eagles.
I know.
In round 2. And my go-to destination for wild card round action is DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL.
I'm excited for you, man. My Patriots didn't fare quite as well, but I'm rooting for you and your Eagles, I guess.
Thanks, man.
Hopefully they'll make it to the Super Bowl. Speaking of which, to kick off the road to Super Bowl 57, new customers can bet just $5 and get $200 in free bets instantly. Plus, all new and existing customers can get a no-sweat bet each day of the wild card round this weekend.
So you're probably wondering, what is a no-sweat bet? Are you wondering that too, Steve?
Yeah, dude, absolutely.
I'll tell you what it is. Here's what you got to do. You place an NFL bet of your choice, and if it loses, you get a free bet back up to $10. It's action so good. Why bet the NFL playoffs? anywhere else.
That's right. If you want to get in on the action, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code RAW. New customers can bet $5 on the NFL and get $200 in free bets instantly only at DraftKings Sportsbook with code RAW. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. I gotta write down this real quick. Hold on a second. It was about 19 minutes in.
Oh, for the best of.
Double or nothing. And Maggie clipped it. Thanks, Maggie.
Thank you, Maggie. Let's talk about Triple H and Stephanie's potential grievances with this whole sale business. So Axios had a report about WWE being for sale. Said the following: sources told Axios that Stephanie McMahon and her husband, Paul Triple H Levesque, the company's chief content officer and retired professional wrestler, had opposed a sale. And so in this week's newsletter, Meltzer talked about some additional tensions between Vince and Stephanie, maybe even Triple H within Titan Towers. Quote, those close to the situation, WWE tried to present her decision to leave as being related to the decision last year that after Levesque's heart situation, she reevaluated her life, wanted to raise her 3 daughters, and was wealthy enough that money will never be a concern. But she came back when Vince was in trouble. That doesn't explain why this was a resignation, and she left the board and cut all ties with the company she has worked for since she was a teenager. It was also conceded that she and Vince did have issues in working together as family members, and now Khan was a buffer who kept things smooth between them as well as between Vince and Levesque.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't really seem like much of a coincidence that when Vince left, Stephanie was like, oh, the opportunity I've been waiting for so long that I never thought I'd get. So she came back. And it seemed like when he came back this time, perhaps you would think she would have some inside info in terms of, yeah, the Saudi Arabian government, they're going to be able to, regardless, this company's being sold and I can't do anything about it. So what is there left? Either one of these other media companies is going to end up with their hands on the prize, and maybe she'll be invited back for some role. But it's like, until then, why would she stay?
Yeah. And I would get why Steph and Triple H might be opposed to a sale, because it potentially puts their roles in the company in jeopardy.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So long as it stays in the family, seemingly, their roles or Triple H's now that Stephanie has resigned, at least publicly, seems pretty secure. And that could change at any moment. But, apart from maybe selling to NBC Universal, where, again, as you mentioned earlier, given their relationship with WWE, you'd think they'd feel as if, the best people to do these jobs are the people who are doing them now. Any other company you don't know. So, and there's something to be said for keeping WWE within the family still. Like, I would get that.
Well, here's the thing. I remember, I'll never forget this one thing that Brandon Thurston had tweeted out, or maybe it was on his WrestleNama. I know it was a Brandon Thurston thing. I don't know if it was a tweet or if it was whatever. But the gist of it was, yeah, Vince McMahon secured billion-dollar deals for the broadcast rights, but those could have been $2 billion deals had he correctly steered the creative of the shows and kept the ratings alive and kept people intrigued and kept people and not have endless, repetitive shit where people are like, oh man, I'm tuning. What is this? Hell in a Cell 2019 crap. I'm tuning out. What is this crap? I'm tuning out. People tuning out left and right. I remember it was 5 or 6 years ago. Triple H in character was saying, oh, what are you guys going to do? You guys going to tune out? I don't think so. When he was evil authority guy.
Yeah.
Well, then ironically, or not, 5 years down the line, the ratings had been halved. And I understand, with the change in the way media is presented and consumed, that there could be, some reasons for that, that go beyond people dropping out of the product. I get that. Yeah. But, you can't really say that the creative has been, a home run or even close to that under Vince McMahon over the past 10 years or so. It just hasn't. And so the idea being that, hey, under Vince McMahon. And so I wonder if beyond just, hey, let's keep our roles and let's keep it in the family, there could be an idea of, hey, we could get a lot of money for these media rights or the company, but imagine if we're at the helm for just another couple years through one more TV deal. Imagine what we could do to boost the value of the company even more. And maybe that, just from a business perspective, was, hey, we've got our hands on it now. Let's not just sell it. Let's try to keep this train going in a positive direction so that we can multiply that even more down the line. Yeah. And maybe there's some pride to be had in that, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So sure. It's interesting. I mean, people, you know, sometimes we joke and people joke about, oh, what must Thanksgiving be like? I don't know that they Thanksgiving together. You know, I mean, if you have Nick Khan running interference, and given that Vince's entire life has been WWE, it's kind of interesting. And last we heard, I remember there was a rumor about, you know, the fact that him and Linda don't even live together anymore. But I mean, the thing about Stephanie, actually, Meltzer talking about Stephanie resigning and leaving, what a powerful statement. I mean, what better way to say, I want nothing to do with this guy. You know, I'm aware of his transgressions. I'm aware of all this stuff. There's still some non-publicly disclosed information out there that is going to drop at some point. That's going to get out there.
You would think so, yeah.
What better way to say, I'm washing my hands of this. I'm not going down with the Vince ship, you know? So, yeah.
Totally. Let's talk Impact, Steve.
Oh, we man. Hold on. Before we do that, we're going to talk Impact now. The 644 people here watching on YouTube, before you leave, can you give us a thumbs up? Hit that subscribe button and the notify bell. Because they're all here to talk about the good stuff.
On your way out.
Yeah. What, you guys talking about Impact now? What? So before you leave, do us a huge favor. Hit that thumbs up.
Yes, please. Yes,
Twitch chat, if you could do us a favor, head over to the YouTube version of this really quick.
And also, you know, hey, we're going to be talking to Triple H later for the SmackDown preview. So
maybe come back around. Maybe go get some McDonald's. Come back. I also wanted to point out this right now available on Patreon, patreon.com/Steven Larson, and also for YouTube channel members. If you click join, yesterday we did our WCW Nitro Episode 1 retro review. A lot of people were like, hey, can you bring back the retro reviews? We have it right now. It's exclusive for patrons and YouTube channel members, $5 and up for both of those. And it's going to go up on the main channel probably in about 2 weeks or so. I think by the end of January, we're going to do that. But right now, if you really want to listen to our thoughts about it, I thought it's a pretty darn good review too. You can check that out right now. And yeah, just patreon.com/Steven Larson or click join on the YouTube.
Indeed. All right, now let's talk. We got 168 likes here. I guess we can talk Impact now.
Yeah, let's talk Impact.
So we got Hard to Kill tonight. So I guess that would be their first, major pay-per-view of the year. This is actually a pay-per-view, I believe, not a premium, not a Impact Insider.
Oh, yeah. Hard to Kill is one of their big deals. It's whenever there's a Steven Seagal named pay-per-view, like Hard to Kill, Under Siege. Yeah.
So my math is correct. There's 10 matches.
Yeah.
So given the information we have now after last night's go-home show, I feel like we can make some predictions.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
So here we go.
Well, what's gonna be on the line this time?
Oh, that's a good question.
I owe you fast food from the Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, and you still owe me 2 Mountain Mike's pizzas too.
I know you kept on pushing at that. I feel like there's got to be some sort of statute of limitations on that, man. Those pizzas are old now. That was from pre-pandemic, by the way.
Yeah, no, and I can't really eat pizza anymore, so.
I mean, I'll get you. How about 2 Popeyes chicken sandwiches? I'll give you those in lieu of the Mountain Mike.
Okay.
Mountain Mike's so expensive these days.
I know it is.
It's like 2 pizzas, $100.
I know.
That's
How about this? We'll take whatever it was for Wrestle Kingdom, Double or Nothing. How about that?
Man, I'm not going to go into debt. All right, you need to start cashing in your stuff before the next pay-per-view. If it's a use it or lose it situation, I'm going to owe you like $300 in fast food.
Loser has to eat some of the ghost pepper wings from Popeyes.
That doesn't sound good either. I don't like that. Look, we'll just do some Popeyes for this one, okay?
All right, very well. Everything.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing.
A spicy chicken sandwich. What?
When's the Rumble?
End of the month.
End of the month.
28.
How about this?
What?
This coming Friday, not today, a week from today.
Yeah.
You come here, we do an
All right.
in-person, and we'll do some Popeyes.
All right, that sounds good.
All right, sounds good.
All right, there we go. All right, first match here for the Knockouts tag titles, Death Dolls versus Tasha Steelz, Savannah Evans. I feel like, given how things went down at the end of Impact, it's pretty clear Death Dolls are winning those belts, or retaining those belts.
Yeah. Well, the Impact in their go home math is usually pretty wonky. But the fact that Tasha Steelz and Savannah Evans, I don't know, didn't they already lose to the Death Dolls once?
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah, and that's why Giselle Shaw said, "Hey, maybe I can help you."
Yeah, but Giselle Shaw is always terrible at helping people.
I know.
Now there's fast food on the line, man. I can't just do whatever.
You can't just do it willy-nilly.
I can't do willy-nilly. You know what? Tasha Steelz and Savannah Evans are going to look great with those titles.
All right.
Tasha Steelz and Savannah. There we go.
All right. Next, this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-man match to fill out the pre-show. You got Alan Angels versus Bhupinder versus Kushida versus Speedball versus Mike Jackson versus Yuya. You would think this would be a match to help Speedball get some momentum heading into his fight pit match against Kenny King next week on Impact, but I think Kenny King's going to cost him. I'm going to go with Kushida here.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's actually a really good pick. Angels, Gujar. Mike Jackson's that super old guy.
Yeah.
What? I'm sorry. What? This is just a regular match?
Yeah, this is a 6-way match.
Is it like are these guys? No, these guys aren't all X division. Speedball's not X. Okay. All right. So this is just like a regular ass match with a bunch of people. You got Kushida. I mean, dude, I can't, honestly, I can't go. I'm not. It's Kushida. I'm gonna go. I'll go with Kushida too. That just makes sense.
It does make sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So apparently the main card is going to open up with the Impact World Title bout: Josh Alexander versus Bully Ray.
That makes sense because the Mickie James match should go last.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got Josh Alexander here.
Same.
Same. We're not doing confidence points here, but yeah, all the confidence points here.
Next, Rich Swann versus Steve Macklin. This got to be Macklin.
Dude, every time I think it's got to be Macklin. It goes the other way. But didn't they already have a fight and Rich Swann won that one, or was that something different?
I don't remember. But Macklin's thing is beating former Impact champions. So
I'm probably going to go with Macklin. I just want to see something here really quick.
All right, very well.
I'm going to get on Cage Match and see, because every time I think Macklin should win a match, he loses it. Let's see here. Rich Swann defeat. What the heck was that? Oh, okay. When was this? This was October. No, we're going to be more recent. Okay. So he won that. I'm thinking of him versus Bully Ray. Oh, here we go. Oh, Swann versus Macklin went to a double count out.
Ah,
that's what it was.
Gotcha.
Back in early December.
Okay.
So that went to that. Yeah, you gotta go. Let's see.
Gotta be Macklin.
Those guys won. Oh man. But then that team went. Boy, I don't know.
I feel like you're thinking about this too hard, Steve.
You know what? Dude, it's Impact. It's like fucking 4D chess.
Yeah, I don't think it's quite that complicated. Next, we got Jonathan Gresham versus Ed Edwards. Yeah. It's gotta be Gresham.
Oh, Gresham's going to win this. Yeah, easily.
Like his first singles match after being the most recent Impact signee. Yeah.
Then
we get was this five? I feel like I'm missing a name here.
It's not just a fatal four-way?
Yeah, it's fatal four-way, I guess. I thought there was 5 competitors here. Winner is number 1 contender for Knockouts title. You got Deonna Purrazzo, Killer Kelly, Masha Slamovich, and Taylor Wilde. Who are you going with, Steve?
Well, this sort of rides on what we think is going to happen in the main event. Jordan Grace versus Mickie James.
That's true.
I have a hard time thinking that, well, this is an actual pay-per-view. I don't know. I have a hard time thinking that Mickie James' last rodeo is going to end. So I'm going to say Mickie James...
Oh wow!
I think she's gonna turn heel here because she showed some like heel, tendencies. I think she's gonna win that title. Oh, you got Jordan Grace. All right,
Jordan Grace. Yeah.
So if Mickie James ends up being a bad guy, who we have here? Killer Kelly, Masha, Taylor Wilde, Deonna Purrazzo. I think we're gonna get a fresh matchup with. Wouldn't that be something if it was Masha? I'm gonna go Masha.
Masha.
Yeah.
Like Masha's already had 2 shots at the title against Jordan.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. And you're picking Jordan to win, so
Yeah.
you're not going to want to pick Masha, but I'm thinking Masha versus Mickey is a fresh matchup.
I'm going to pick Masha anyways, because they might do the third match where Masha beats Jordan.
There you go. All right. We've got Joe Hendry versus Moose.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Moose
Moose just pinned him.
Moose like never wins matches that he really should win. You look at Moose, this guy should. I love Joe Hendry. He should really wipe the floor with Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry's a comedy act, but Joe Hendry's totally going to win this.
Yeah.
I love it. Is this like this is a weird match or no? This is not a stipulation match.
No.
I think Moose is going to win like a stipulation match. It's going to be like a Full Metal Mayhem or some shit like
Something
that.
like that. Yeah,
Moose will win that eventually. But like also the digital media title, Moose doesn't need that.
No. Then we got Motor City Machine Guns versus Major Players versus Bullet Club versus Heath and Rhino for the tag titles.
Who won that? Heath versus
Heath did.
Heath won that match. Yeah, I got the major players here.
I don't know, man. Cardona could go to WWE any day. I got Motor City Machine Guns retaining.
Yeah, dude. Every single time he's in a match, we're like, oh yeah, he's gonna go to WWE soon.
Yeah, I know.
He could go to WWE, still be Impact Tag Champion.
It's entirely possible.
So I got the major players. They've been chasing these things for a while here.
Yeah.
Bullet Club did have a good showing at a junior tag league. Is that what it's called? Yeah. But and so they're going to be like the fun aspect of this. Motor City Machine Guns are great. But dude, this is the thing is this is a pay for pay-per-view. Like you have to actually pay for this one.
Yeah.
Yes, you don't have to pay like $1 and get it on their YouTube channel.
On their YouTube, no.
So this is going to be title changes galore. That's the only title that's not going to change is Josh Alexander, and even that might change hands. Bully Ray might be the new Impact champion.
Yeah, that's entirely possible.
They had Josh Alexander beat the record for the longest reign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next for the X Division title, Trey Miguel versus Black Taurus. Every time I think they're going to give Taurus a push, they don't. So I'm gonna pick Trey.
What's the go home on this?
They didn't do anything last night.
No, they didn't. Last night was a dog shit episode, by the way.
Yeah, it wasn't that great.
Like it's 20 minutes of Zoom call at the beginning. What was that?
I know. It's like I like Josh Alexander.
Yeah,
but we don't need like a podcast between Josh and Bully Ray.
It was like Josh Alexander was a guest on Busted Open.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when's the last time we'd seen Josh Matthews?
It's been a while.
It's been a while. We saw him on Zoom. Let's see here. Oh, we haven't lost that many people. We lost less than 100 people when we started Impact, so that's good. And we got 204 likes. Triple H will be happy about that.
That's great.
Trey Miguel versus Trey's got this new thing where he's spray painting everybody. So I'm assuming that he's going to win this via spray paint.
Yeah, same.
I think that's going to happen.
And you're going to go with Mickie James, the main event. I'll go with Jordan Grace.
Yeah, man, this last rodeo can't be done. We need like a happy ending, but Mickie James, she's gonna go heel here, man. I think she's gonna have some fun with this. All these awesome packages where she's like, super good guy, man. Because she did like she was like the Perazo match. She like didn't she grab the tights on that one?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, dude. She knows what she has to do against Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace is like, oh, this is like a freaking respect thing, and Mickie James is like gonna be like, no way, man. She's gonna miss her or some shit like that. Oh man, that's gonna be good.
All right, let's talk this episode of Impact. I opened up with a Zoom call between Josh Matthews, Josh Alexander, and Bully Ray, where the whole thing was this: Josh Alexander's like, "Yeah, Bully, you're in my head, but that gives you no advantage." And Bully's like, "What? I'm in your head. That does give me advantage. You've never been this type of match." Josh Alexander says, "You're right, but I've felt all the other kind of pains that I could feel in a wrestling ring, so this is nothing." And Bully says, "No, this is a different level of pain you're going to feel that you've never persevered through before." And then he hangs up and leaves.
Yeah, I love that you broke that down in about 90 seconds because this was like, it felt like 90 minutes.
It was long.
And like the audio's crap because nobody has a good microphone. And like Josh Matthews did the thing where his background was all blurred out, so it looked weird. He was like in this weird amorphous void.
Until I realized that Josh Alexander had headphones on, I thought he had his headgear on. It took me a second.
He was ready to wrestle.
Yeah. It's like, all right, the Bully starts talking shit. He takes the straps down.
Oh man, yeah, that was crap. After that, we had Brian. We had an actual match.
Yeah.
Brian Myers versus.
It was a good match. It was a good match.
Here's the thing, though, man. You could tell they filmed this shit at the very. All these matches were filmed at the very end. Half the people were gone that were there like 3 episodes ago.
Yeah.
They were like, God damn, this is running so late. I don't need to
9 hours in. I like wrestling, but 9 hours kind of a lot.
This is too much. Let's try to beat the traffic. Beat the traffic. It's 2 a.m. Anyways, yeah, Brian Myers versus Heath. Heath wins this with a wake-up call.
Both Cardona and Rhino have managed to get tossed out of the ringside area, so it's just a one-on-one bout.
Cardona lost to Chris Sabin last week. It's got to be the major players winning this shit, man.
Yeah, whatever. I got what I want. Forever champion.
Oh, Big Red.
Yeah.
All right. After that, we had an Ace Austin, Chris Bay, Matt Chat question. They were like, it's about time for us to return to Impact. And you hear the wind go. They're like, we went all the way to the finals of the Junior Tag League, and tomorrow is hard to kill. He says, we did so well in Japan that it became clear that we're top contenders, and now we're in the 4-way for the tag titles. We went through countless teams in Junior Tag League, so 4 teams is going to be easy. But it's like, man, it's all at the same time. It's just
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. So. It's everybody all at once. It's elimination. No, it's elimination. Maybe so it is. No, you're right. It does everybody at the same time, but it's elimination. So it'll thin down the further you get. The field will. Then we have, we're backstage. Jessica walks up to Rosemary and tells her Taya is down. She's hurt. So they walk her to where Taya's at. And Rosemary asks, who's responsible? And Taya says, you know who it is. And the referee comes up and says, Rosemary, you got your match next. And she says, I am not going anywhere. And then Taya says, here, take this. Her knockout tag title. Go have your match.
Yeah. And then we have match. It's Rosemary versus Savannah Evans. Of course, there's all sorts of distractions from Giselle Shaw and Jai Vidal. So Evans ends up hitting her awesome full Nelson slam. I'm sorry, Savannah Evans. Savannah Evans, man, she's going to end up in the Federation, man. She's going to end up in the WWE. She's big. I think she's got charisma. They need sort of big monsters like that. I like her a lot. I think she's terrific.
Yeah, she's really good.
She hits that great finish of hers, that full Nelson slam to get the win here. And then Evans, Shaw, and Steels and Jai Vidal attack Jessica and Rosemary.
Then we had Taylor Wilde video package. She's doing the kind of witch occult thing in advance of Hard to Kill. Then we got this really good extended Mickie James, Jordan Grace recap package detailing Mickey's whole story and Jordan's whole story and when those two stories collided and where we've gone since then.
That's right. Yeah, these are really, really well done. After that, we have Sami Callihan getting his hair cut. Now, while the haircut is happening, so you have Angels and Big Con there, and they sit and Sami Callihan sits down. Everybody's being very aggressive, and Diener is just talking the entire time.
Yeah.
And essentially, he's kind of recruiting Sami Callihan. They're haircutting him into the design. Yeah.
The process. It's their process, as Diener puts it.
Okay, so hold on a second, because look, man, I do my best to pay attention, but you know me. Was part of the thing about their match that if Callihan lost, he would have to join the design?
I don't know.
Did they had a match, right? There was a match here.
This seems to be something that Sami is doing willingly. This is something that he wants to do.
Yeah.
I'm assuming he wants to do it to get into the design only to destroy it, but nonetheless, this is something he wants to do.
Right. Okay, hold on a second. Because they had a hair match, right? Or something like that. Khan defeated Sami Callihan, and then Callihan defeated Angels. That was ages ago.
Yeah. No, I don't think they've had a match recently.
They haven't had a match.
I haven't watched Impact in a couple weeks. So.
He's just there to get a haircut.
Yeah, because that's
Sami
part of the
wants
process.
To be in the design.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. I thought that he had lost a match or something.
No, this is he's going to infiltrate it to try to destroy it, I assume, but
the most uncomfortable thing about this is when Angel is actually cutting his hair, because Sami's hair seemingly is just really thick and strong. And so these little tiny scissors weren't really getting the job done.
So Diener had to go get the clippers.
And so eventually, yeah, he like took him, and Sammy like took the clippers from him, and just was just, like doing his hair properly and stuff.
There was
and
like
so
a chunk right here that was still there that he thought was because when you cut your hair really short, sometimes hair will stick to little tiny hairs,
Yeah,
longer
right.
hairs will, so you kind of have to brush it off. And so there was a chunk of hair right here. I think Sammy thought he had cut, but it wasn't, so he was trying to pull it off.
He just started pulling at it.
But then it's just he had a chunk of hair right
I hope
there
he just
on the side.
keeps it like that.
That'd be interesting.
Sammy's a badass, though. That dude should be in movies. He really
Yeah.
should be. He is terrific. He's great. Look at me. I'm getting my hair cut off. It's part of the process.
Yeah,
When do I get my name tag and that cool yellow hoodie?
that's a good question.
He needs.
I assume they just all go to Target or Walmart where they got those.
I
hoodies.
look like a banana. Just running around his little yellow hoodie.
Yeah,
He gets like a medium.
it only goes to like mid stomach area. Is that what you're saying?
And he's got like his leather jacket under it.
Yeah. But he can't lift his arms up because then the hoodie will pull up. So he can't do thumbs up.
No thumbs
That
up,
high.
just thumbs.
You don't
yeah.
do like that. Thumbs up,
Right.
thumbs down.
Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah.
So that happened. So it looks like Sammy's in the process of joining the design.
The design, yeah.
The design.
Yeah, but he's just gonna fuck with them.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey, design, do you want to play some N64? Let's play some virtual pro wrestling.
There we go. Let's have a tournament.
Yeah, rip them apart via N64 tournament.
I know. Round robin.
Man, hey, dude, next time Enforcer comes down, I think is he coming in February for
don't know.
the next
I don't
show?
know. I don't
If he shows up, we have to do the special guest ref. And
I
No
know. I think
Mercy.
that'd be a lot of fun.
We have to do that.
I think that'd be a blast.
Zondo says unplugs their controllers. Did we ever used to do that to each other?
Probably.
I think we did, huh? I remember
Yeah.
used to kick our chairs,
Uh-huh.
but like I can't remember. I don't know if we ever went so far as to like unplug a controller.
It wouldn't surprise me.
We took it
wouldn't
very
surprise me.
seriously. Yeah.
We did everything we possibly could to annoy whoever else was in that match.
Yeah, exactly. After that, we had a Gail Kim interview. This was interesting. So, the interviewer is like, hey, Scott D'Amore got murdered last week by Bully Ray. Are you now GM? And she's like, I've got too much shit to do, even though all she does really is linger around backstage at Impact, so she should be taking over the GM spot. But they've got somebody in mind. Who do you think this person is, Larson, that's going to be the new the GM of Impact Wrestling?
Tommy Dreamer.
God damn it! You're probably right. No, they can't do that. That's so cheap. He already said that he's like talked to Impact people before. Like he's done general manager stuff before.
Yeah.
Or Anthem.
He's got experience.
Oh man, that'd be terrible.
Phil Brooks.
Stephanie McMahon. She's got experience running a wrestling company. Is there anybody else on the free agency, like somebody low level? What if it's what was the other Ascension dude?
Victor?
Victor. Yeah, it's Victor. And then Big Con's like, oh,
why are you GM? You should be a wrestler.
yeah. People are like, wait, who's that? People are like, I know who that is. Who is that? Hey, what if it? Oh, is he still with WWE? Drake Maverick.
I don't think so.
He's not like a producer backstage?
Maybe. I don't know though.
I've never seen him run out.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rockstar Spud, that'd be cool.
Rockstar Spud, yeah, that'd be cool. Shane O'Mac
Not interested.
comes out, does his money dance. I'd actually be cool with that. As long as it's not in WWE, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
And then he wins the Call Your Shot gauntlet
Yeah.
or Rumble or whatever it is.
Or he beats Bully Ray for the trophy, and then he cashes in on Josh Alexander and beats him in like 90 seconds.
Best in the world.
Best in the world.
Yeah. After that, we had Mike Bailey versus Anthony Green. This is a fun match, of course,
Yeah, it
because
was.
it's Mike Bailey. He's great. And he gets the win with Ultimo Weapon, which is like one of the best names for a finisher, too. It's not quite as good as, what's Torres' finish?
Destination Hellhole.
Yeah. God damn it. That's a good finish.
It is.
Man, I might change that one. Are we locked in? We're locked
What?
in at the end of this episode, right?
Yeah. Which one are you going to change? You want Taurus to win? I want Taurus to win.
I don't know. I have till the end of the episode.
You do. Then we got a Bully Ray, Josh Alexander video package. Again, extended, telling their story. Production team and Impact does great stuff. This was
Yeah,
solid.
fuck it. I'm going with Taurus.
All right, good. I'm rooting for Taurus. You got it. You got it.
Yeah. All right. So after that, we had a Bully Josh Alexander video package, and then we had Moose Steve Macklin and Ed Edwards. Did you see that little Twitter video of LA Knight talking up the pitch black match?
Yeah.
Acting like he can't wait for the new Mountain Dew flavor. That dude does not drink Mountain Dew. He is too fit.
Well, here's the thing. Either he doesn't drink it or that's all he drinks based on his energy levels.
Yeah. I'm on the verge of a diabetic coma. Yeah, because I drink nothing but Mountain Dew. Yeah.
My resting heart rate is 127. Yeah.
86 grams of sugar. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Anyways, this is a fun match. In the end, what is it? Moose hits a spear on Hendry. Is that what happened?
Yeah, Joe Hendry. Yeah, because he tags himself in while Hendry's wrestling Macklin. Hendry hits Macklin with powerbomb. Moose hits spear on Hendry to get the win. Then everybody else leaves except Ed Edwards. He's just kind of milling about in the ring, and the lights kind of go down. We hear some thunder. There's some like really, kind of cheap lightning effects, as in they have a fader and just doing it up and down real quick. And then the lights come back up, and he just looks around. What's going on? So PCO's near a return.
You know what they could do in that match?
Huh.
PCO interferes and kills Gresham in order to get to Ed Edwards.
That could also happen after the match.
It's going to happen 2 weeks after the match, on Impact TV. Yeah. Jean-Pierre Lafitte. Shit. I don't know if I ever actually put up a question.
I just looked and you didn't.
I had the thought in my head. So load up some questions, everybody. Let's get some questions going here. Let's ask some questions. Let's see if we have any here in the past. No, it's just a lot of...
Antoine Fair says they're running their first live stream in March.
Who? What was the context here? Hold on. What were we talking about at the time? What, 8? Oh, Netflix? Oh, Netflix. Maybe he's talking about Netflix.
Could be.
I wonder what the live stream is. It's just Bob Netflix. He's playing some COD.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Diehard Homer asks, who from AEW beats Roman when they merge? Hangman, baby. Give that win to Hangman.
That'd be great, isn't it? And then Phil comes back and he's like, this guy's never done anything. It's like,
and he's got I got this title. I got this title.
I got this title.
I got two titles here.
Look at my trophy case. AEW Tag Champion, AEW World Champion.
Yeah.
Probably won one of them poker chips at some point.
Yeah.
I think he did, didn't he?
He did.
Sonic ring. They only had one Sonic ring, didn't they?
Yeah, they only did that once.
The Sonic ring of... Oh, by the way, if y'all haven't seen it yet, today I'm about to release our latest TikTok, and it's our conversation about the AEW poker chip. And I did some funny Photoshops for it, too. Got MJF holding a radioactive poker chip. I've got blood coming out of his nose and his ears. It's actually a really funny conversation. So we've got a TikTok. Oh, it's a Chris Rock special, according to W.S. Fletcher.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Doc. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Mayor Planet Houston says, who would Tony Khan consider WWE's plus Delta?
Well, it'd be Roman. It'd be Roman.
It's Roman Reigns.
Or Cody.
Oregon Grinder says, do you think there'll be a hiring freeze of major stars in wrestling companies because of the uncertainty in WWE? A hiring freeze? I would say probably not. No.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so either.
Caleb, formerly known as Mr. Higglesby, says, who should win the Royal Rumble men's and women's that nobody expects? I'd say Kevin Owens, because he's got a match on the card.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody's going to expect that. Mm-mm. And then Ronda Rousey, because I don't really expect her to be back in the title picture. I expect she's probably going to fight Becky.
Yeah. Bobby Lashley.
Oh, good pick.
And Alexa Bliss after this bit with the when she realizes Uncle Howdy's in control, it's into the new iteration of her character.
Well, how about that's the pair right there? Like Uncle Howdy wins the Rumble.
Oh, perfect.
You know.
Gosh, what am I thinking?
Yeah. Let's see here. Jonathan Walker here says, stopping in to remind everybody to smash that like button. We're at 242
thank you,
likes.
Jonathan Walker.
Oh, man. Thank you very much for reminding us to do that. Let's see here. Screaming the Butterfly says, how do you think Cody Rhodes feels about the talks of the Khans buying WWE? I think he's got 2 words for that. Ironclad. That's his contract. It'll survive any merger, any acquisition, any takeover.
Yes. Most complex.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Most complex.
White Brownie says, does Braun versus Gunther end clean or wonky extending to the Rumble?
It'll probably have some sort of overbooked finish. I wouldn't be surprised if Gunther gets the win and then they do a spot in the Rumble between them.
Braun wins clean because Vince is back. Oh, God damn it. Yeesh. Yeah. Oh, man.
All right, let's get Paul on the horn. I got some questions for him.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. All right. Where's the Zoom button here? All right, here we go. Hello, this is Paul Levesque, current and possibly soon to be former chairman of a lot of shit here at WWE. Hey, Steph, can you pass me that McGriddle over there?
Hi, Triple H.
Can you pass me? Hello, hi, how's it going?
Oh, you have McGriddle. That sounds delicious.
Yeah, no, it is. They got these little, like little maple syrup pills that they put it in. It just infuses into the McGriddle. It's so really good stuff.
It's
Anyways,
great.
How can I help you?
That's a crunchy sounding McGriddle. I was just curious. We got a SmackDown preview. You got a couple things here on .com, but I was curious about.
Yeah, none of that's real. Dad's back.
Oh, sorry to hear.
This is the SmackDown preview. It's like a best case scenario. You know, it's like a suggestion basically at this point.
Yeah. It's like, hey, this is what I want to have happen. Will it happen? Who knows?
Steph, your dad's texting me again. Should I pick it up? I'm gonna leave him undelivered. I'm not gonna leave him unread because they don't know I read it. But I got plausible deniability if it's just undelivered. Not gonna look at it.
Don't look at it. Question for you though. There was a report yesterday
Did you
that
have them put 2 cheeses on this? Because it's got 2 cheeses and it's really good. You should do that always. I don't know if it was a mistake or if you had don't interrupt. Did you ask for it? Don't interrupt. Did you ask for it or was it they just did it? They just did it? Next time you should ask for it. Okay, yeah. Damn, these things are good.
were you interested in WWE selling, or was that something you were opposed to?
What do you think? I mean, come on, use your common sense. Of course, I just took this place over. You think I want to get rid of it? This is like the thing I've been dreaming about since the Madison Square Garden curtain call.
Yeah.
I got punished for that. I was like, don't interrupt. And I was like, one day I'm going to let these wrestlers express themselves creatively. And I'm going to be the game. I'm going to be the one to let them do it. And then what? I'm supposed to give it away? No, I could make this company so much more money. That's right.
Yeah. Okay. I understand completely.
I don't think this thing's good for my heart, Steph. What? Well, I'm not going to have them like every day. Don't interrupt. I'm not going to have them like every day. But I'm just saying like maybe on special Fridays. It's Friday, so we're going to have McGriddles. It's a new tradition in the Levesque McMahon house, yeah. Anyways, what? Sorry.
Oh, that was it. I just had that question. Do you want to talk SmackDown tonight? At least what you would like to see happen?
Yeah, let's talk about what I want to have happen and then what's totally going to happen.
Sure, let's do it.
All right, first up, don't interrupt. Oh, God damn, it's like the aftertaste is great. I don't want to eat anything else. I'm going to wait like an hour or two to brush my teeth. It's like the great thing is she got these like earlier in the day, and then I just warmed it up a little bit in the air fryer.
Oh, air fryers are great.
And then it don't interrupt. I'm aware. But it's got 2 cheeses on it. I don't even know what it's like. Not real cheese, but it's got 2 cheeses on it.
Huh.
And then you dip it and don't interrupt. I got some maple syrup for it. So check this out. Intercontinental Champion Gunther. Dad hates this guy. He's gonna put his title on the line against Braun Strowman. Now, ideally, Gunther will powerbomb this guy in a huge feat of strength that'll make everybody go crazy. It'll blow up the internet. Ratings will go through the roof. However, Dad's back. And I'm pretty sure one of these text messages right here is Braun wins clean. So, yeah, expect that to happen.
I hope not. I hope
not. Happy about that. I'm going to just act like I didn't see the text message.
Yeah. If you don't see it, then maybe he won't do it.
Nick Khan's going to come over to me and be like, hey, did you get the text message from Dad? And I'd be like, no.
He's like, no, I flushed my phone down the toilet. Didn't see it.
Yeah, right. I buried my phone in the backyard. My dog got my phone and he buried it in the backyard, Nick.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know what to tell you.
All right. We also hear have Sami Zayn must defeat Kevin Owens for Roman Reigns at all costs.
Yeah, Dad is going to replace Sami Zayn with Goldberg. And Goldberg's going to squash Kevin Owens. We're going to get Goldberg versus Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble. I'm pretty sure that's one of the text messages here. And then, of course, no, don't interrupt me, even with a groan. And then at WrestleMania, night 1 is going to be Roman Reigns versus Goldberg and Brock Lesnar in a triple threat. And then night 2 is going to be Roman Reigns versus Roman Reigns. I don't know how that's going to happen, but I know that Dad was thinking about that.
Would it be Tribal Chief Roman Reigns against Roman Reigns circa like 2016 then?
Yeah, Dad really liked Roman Reigns circa 2016, so he's going to stop being this bad guy Roman Reigns. It's going to be two. It's going to be 2016 Roman Reigns. Yeah, I know, it's terrible. And then in the co-main event, we're going to get Brock Lesnar defeating Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship. That's right.
I prefer your booking in this instance, I would say.
You know what'll be great, though, is if that pissant company buys my company, the WWE.
Oh, yeah.
And then, because then, I can go fuck off somewhere, and then good old JR can take over these phone calls.
All right, well,
going in Raw.
Triple H, it's good talking to you. I hope you enjoy it.
You want to hear my JR impression from the game?
No, I'm good. I'll
do it anyway.
I've taken too much of your time. I don't need to take so much of your time. That's fine.
Oh, man. Look at this picture of my underwear that I'm wearing, but my underwear is not on. That's right. He's going to send you unsolicited nudies. He got his little dick and balls. It's disgusting. Anyways, that's going to do it for me today. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, Triple H. Thank you.
How'd that go?
Yeah, it was going fine until you mentioned JR, then it went all downhill.
I think he's really interested in seeing you interview JR.
It's not going to happen. I don't want to talk about it. Let's finish the show. I got other things I got to do.
I know you're going on vacation. Man, please don't die when you go there, by the way.
Try my best.
Because I kind of need you. Anyways, that's going to do it for the show. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate it. Patreon.com/Steven Larson. Lots of cool stuff there. Click join if you're a YouTube member. Hit that thumbs up. That one's free. And also hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, everybody. We appreciate it. Have a good weekend. Be safe. And until next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.